Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Stacy, and for today I'm doing a little conspiracy video for us. Today's video, as you could tell by the title, is about government-sanctioned murders. Government-sanctioned murders, in case anyone doesn't really know, is about times where there are political leaders that know too much and we off them. Or just people in general that know a little too much or are doing certain things that we don't agree with, that don't match our agendas, and we just off them. To get started, the first person on our list is Martin Luther King. And how I learned Martin Luther King died was in the Luray Motel by James Earl Ray. None of that is true.
What?
None of it at all. You learned wrong, and you're still gonna learn wrong in school. Okay, so Martin Luther King, he was in the Luray Motel. That is completely true. He was shot by someone in the Memphis police force. And there were 2 military sniper teams there in case he had fucked up and missed. It wasn't a clean kill. And so he was sent to the hospital, and in there, the nurse taking care of him accounts that the doctor and 2 men in black suits came in, spit on Martin Luther King, told everyone to leave the room and go, "We're gonna kill this N-word." What? Everything you learned was a lie. Anyways, though, just in case you don't believe any of this, or you're a little sketched out about this, Martin Luther King's family sued the government for saying that you had killed Martin Luther King, and they won. Fact check me, they won. There is no doubt. That's not even a conspiracy. The conspiracy about him getting suffocated at his hospital, that could be a conspiracy because you don't know for sure if the nurse is telling the truth, but the government killed him. And the most messed up part about this, I mean, other than he was revolutionary and was fighting for equal rights and but the most messed up part, aside from all that, is that Lyndon B. Johnson came on and said, "We're so sorry about the death, it's a tragedy, and for us Americans, not tacked with violence, because Martin Luther King was peaceful and would want us to do the same." But he knew all along that he had shot the man, that he somehow was involved in this, and he knew what was going on. Just think about that. That makes me sick. That one makes me sick, to go on and pretend that it's some major tragedy, but you knew. That just, I cannot. Our next person though, and I'm not going to touch on this too much because everyone knows that there are plenty of conspiracies on why John F. Kennedy was shot, how he was shot, and so I'm just going to brush over this one because it is interesting, and Trump has the ability at the end of this year, I believe, to release the files on his murder and everything like that, so of course I'm gonna bring it up now. But John F. Kennedy was shot. His wife was in the car, it was a big thing, it was during a parade, and there's rumors, we're not really sure, on who the killer was, because obviously there are some rumors that it wasn't who we say it was. And there's no way, though, that there was only one killer. They claim there was one killer, but if you watch the video and you see, I'm not going to show it, it's very graphic, but how he gets shot, it looks like he's shot from the front, and then it looks like he was shot from behind, the way the head slammed forwards and slammed backwards. The government at the time, though, claimed there was only one shooter, they did a magic 1 bullet theory, and just complete bullshit, and yeah. But why John F. Kennedy was shot is a huge mystery. Some say, conspiracy theorists believe that, well, 1, New World Order and Illuminati did it. And there is a speech that he talks about this, and you can look it up, there's a speech he talks about how we want a new world order, a one government system, and how it goes against everything Americans believe, and that we are not gonna let it happen. And for me personally, I can 100% see how many people believe this, but the president is only around for 4 to 8 years, depending on what happens, and just that one I don't believe too much, because even if he didn't want it to happen, another president could allow it, and just, so that one I don't really see them doing it, but don't get me wrong, I could also fully see them doing it. The more, for me, believable, crazy conspiracy theories, though, it's about aliens, and I know how that sounds, but he sent a telegram to NASA and the CIA, and he sent one to the CIA saying, "We have to release all our documents about aliens." He sent one to NASA saying that He wants to work with the Russian government because there were large sightings of UFOs around the area, and he thinks that it's time to work together. Well, the CIA did not like that. They don't want to release information about aliens because for some reason they don't think we can handle it, or they don't want us to know what fucked up shit they're doing. And 2, because they didn't want us working with the Russians at this time. So for me, that is a much more believable reason, because obviously, like, the CIA doesn't want him exposing it. There are speeches where he talks about how he's going to expose the truth, and for me, I 100% believe that. I don't 100% believe that, but I think that's more accurate. I think there are a lot of things we're missing, and hopefully the files get released about what actually happened. I doubt they will, or if they do get released, they'll be fabricated in some way. We'll still be missing information. Who knows? My next conspiracy theory is that during the Prohibition era, which, if you don't know, is when the US government banned all alcohol. And they did this because they wanted us to be a, I guess, smarter, healthier, more morally correct society. They thought we had alcohol issues, it did lead to violence, and they thought that this somehow would resolve violence and make the whole US just a happy-go-lucky place, and that didn't happen. We started bootlegging alcohol. This is when cartels came around because big money, they were like, again, bootlegging alcohol, so there was still an increase in violence. This didn't change any problems, except the US government then decided they were going to poison the alcohol that they were giving us so that we would die and that the scum of the earth as we were would be gone. What? You were poisoning your own people, and you didn't at any point feel bad that you were killing innocent lives. Like, it could be Christmas and you just wanted to celebrate, right? You just wanted one drink because it was Christmas, and it could be an unlucky bottle and you could be dead. Like, it sickens me. And to think about that, though, there are many things about fluoride being in our water, and people are going, no, the government wouldn't poison us. We'll look back in the past. They've done it before. They'll probably do it again. Like, they want to make some elite, cool society where we're morally sound or whatever the fuck, and like, it didn't work the first time. They had to kill us and it didn't work, and now, I don't know. History repeats itself. We've always been told that, and I just think that, like, that is a huge thing that we've ignored, and we didn't talk about that, and I think it's probably going to happen again. The government killing us for own personal reasons. I mean, look at GMOs. That's another conspiracy theory in itself, that GMOs are killing us, obviously. Like, it's too deep. That's just one of them, though. Prohibition era. Our next person of interest is Frank Olson. Frank Olson was a scientist. The CIA contacted him because he was a brilliant fucking scientist and they wanted his help making biological agents. He went to Europe, though, saw what they were doing with his biological agents, and was like, no, I'm done. No, it was torturing Europeans, they were torturing people, it was just disgusting, and he wanted out. We all know how that's gonna turn out. So he wanted out, he was back in the US, and they invited him to a secret meeting. During this meeting, they drugged him with LSD. They put it in his brandy. They fucking, like, the OG roofies, like, they fucking drugged this man and sent him to a psychological ward, told them that he was being violent, aggressive, needed help, had psychological issues, and then later, he was in a motel with a doctor who was working with the CIA at the time, and he died. You want to know how he died? Can we guess? Oh, it was suicide. Even though his family and doctors claim there was a large bump on his head that had occurred before he had fallen. But the government says it's suicide, so it must be suicide, right?
Why the fuck you lying?
And his family, to this day, claims that the government is covering it up. The government did give them money, and they apologized. They said, you're right, we gave him LSD, we drugged him, so here's some money, because money makes everything better, and they're gonna fix your problems by giving you money. To this day, though, his family is unsatisfied. They're claiming that he was murdered. An interesting fact about that also, though, is that it happened on the 13th floor, and if you guys want, I will do a conspiracy theory on 13th floors and hotels and motels, because a lot of hotels won't even have a 13th floor because they're considered haunted. A lot of bad luck has happened on 13th floors. Friday the 13th, it's some whole big mess. If you guys like it, though, comment below. I will definitely do a video on Friday the 13th. Back on topic, our next and our final death is Gareth Williams. Gareth Williams was a spy for Britain in the MI6, but he was also double-crossing Britain and working for the US government. During this time, he snuck into Mr. Clinton, or President Clinton's party, got the guest list and a bunch of other information for one of his friends as a personal favor. And of course, the US got mad, Britain got mad, no one liked him during that time. And of course, we've all seen spy movies, we know how that ends, and so of course, Gareth Williams dies a few months later. The only thing that frustrates me about this is he was found in a red North Face duffel bag with a padlock on it in a bathtub. And the government officials of Britain tried to play this off as, oh no, this is some kinky sex fetish. What? How? How does that make any sense to anyone? It didn't. And when everyone found out about this, they were like, no, that's bullshit. You're completely lying. Like, why couldn't you just fess up? We know what happens when you double cross people. Like, we get it. So they had professional yoga instructors try to recreate this kinky sex fetish that just all the kids are doing nowadays, because that's what we do. We like getting off to putting ourselves in fucking North Face red duffel bags. And they said, there's no way. Like, we're trained professionals and we couldn't even do this. So how the hell could he do this? It just, I don't get it. My head hurts. Why lie about that? Something so stupid and simple. There we have it, guys. Those are some crazy conspiracy theories for us. If you enjoyed this video or want to see more conspiracy theories, leave a comment on what you want to see, and feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!